So how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. So I have a problem with my car and it's not starting. So the engine doesn't want to start. So a few days ago, every time I open my door, I keep on hearing this sound. This is a major common big problem with the N55 engine. This is the Valvetronic system. So usually it's a problem with the Valvetronic servo motor and the Valvetronic eccentric shaft. So now the car is not running, so when I did my scan, this is what I'm getting at. So for sure there's a problem with the Valvetronic system. I tried to find OEM parts because it's less expensive than the original parts, and I cannot find any servo motor because the VDO, it's always sold out everywhere else. I cannot find any more VDO brand servo motor. So I found one from ECS Tuning. So I bought one from ECS Tuning. So it's a bit cheaper than the VDO, and it's available right away. So I bought that one. And for my eccentric camshaft, to buy the original one, it costs about $2,000 here in Canada. So if I do buy the eccentric camshaft, it's gonna cost me $2,000 plus the servo motor. It's gonna cost around $1,000 for the original servo motor, the Valvetronic servo motor. So that's $3,000 right away. So I don't want to use original parts, so I bought the ECS Tuning Valvetronic motor. And for the eccentric camshaft, I bought the one from Amazon. So the Amazon, the brand that I trust is the A Premium. So I trust their parts. I buy parts from them from my other cars, and they're very good parts. So I said, let me try this A Premium eccentric camshaft because I know they do good parts. So that's the eccentric camshaft that I'm gonna install today. So I want to thank Emmanuel Online for giving me the manual that I can use to fix my car, to replace the eccentric shaft and the servo motor. And also I'm gonna use the my Launch Professional Scan tool. This is the one I'm gonna use to do the Valvetronic relearn at the end of the video. So I'm gonna do a relearn after I do the install, and hopefully we can fix this problem. So by the way, if you're doing this kind of job, it's better to replace both Valvetronic servo motor and also the eccentric camshaft at the same time. So if you're just gonna replace the Valvetronic motor, it's gonna break right away because the eccentric camshaft is not functioning properly because of the wear on the gear. So it's gonna damage the Valvetronic motor. So it's better to replace both of them at the same time. Otherwise, you're gonna spend another Valvetronic motor if you only gonna change the Valvetronic motor. Well, actually, if you bring this to the dealer, they're gonna charge you 8 hours of labor to finish the job. In the video, I'm gonna make 2 parts because the video is too long. I don't wanna bore you guys with one video that's gonna be more than an hour. So I cut this video in 2 sections. So we're gonna do the first part on this video, and then after that, just stay tuned for the second part of the video to finalize the whole installation of the part. So guys, let's get started. So before we start the job, make sure to remove the negative cable on the battery. And also put the microfiber towel on the lock so you don't lock yourself out. So now we can continue to open up the engine so we can install that servo motor and also the eccentric shaft. So to access the eccentric camshaft and also the Valvetronic motor, we have to take out the cover, the valve cover. We have to take out all the cowling. So basically we need to take out a lot before we can reach that eccentric shaft and also the Valvetronic servo motor. So here are the parts and some special tools that we're gonna need to do this job. So what I have is the injector puller, And I took some, I bought some M6 screws, 30mm long. So these screws will help us put back the eccentric camshaft without using that special tool to remove the springs on the eccentric camshaft. So I have here the assembly lube, and you're gonna need a special torque wrench which can go down to at least 8.5 Newton meter. And also I have here is the to install back the seal for the fuel injector. So what I have here is the coupling ring for the fuel injector, so we need to replace that as soon as we pull out the injectors. The tools that we're going to use is this one to install that Teflon ring for the injectors. And I have the original bolt for the caps on the eccentric camshaft, so that's the original BMW. Also some gaskets for the injector wells, 6 pieces of needle bearing, so you're gonna need that to install the eccentric camshaft. Since we're there, we're gonna replace also the valve cover gasket, the servo motor Valvetronic gasket. So this is my eccentric camshaft, brand new. And here's the servo motor, Valvetronic servo motor, and that's it. So we're gonna install all these parts on that BMW to fix that problem with the eccentric camshaft servo motor issue I have in my M235i. So for the 2 bolt here, we need the E18 socket. This one is 10mm. As you can see, before I disconnect the oxygen sensors, so the black connector on the black, blue on the blue, so I don't need to mark it down. But I'm gonna put a wire just to hold these two together so they don't drop down there, and I don't have to fish it after when I disconnect the cable. At least if they are tied down with the wire, they're not gonna go down, and I can easily reconnect it after. So for the Valvetronic connector here, this is an E7 Torx. Okay, E7. So for the oxygen sensor bracket, this is a T30 Torx bit. So now it's time to remove the 6 coils. So basically, once you lift this, the connector will slide out. See, when you push it in later on, when you want to return it back, just push the connector in and it's gonna close by itself and lock it in place. So I'm using the small extension to pull out the coil easily without hurting my finger. So you just slide it inside and pull up. That's it. So now you can pull up the coil one by one. So to release the connection of the connector for the fuel injector, you need to use a pick tool. Just use a small pick tool to release the tab on the connector, then you can pull out all the connection one by one. So for the ground wire, it's 8mm socket. So to remove the cable harness, you need a T25. So we have to remove this positive cable again. So we need to move this cable to the other side. It's held on by this clip here. About 2 clips on the side. So now we have to release the connection of the fuel rail so you can remove the fuel line. So press the connector, remove the connector, and then now we can disconnect the fuel line. So make sure you have a rag before you loosen the fuel rail. It might have some more gas because it's pressurized. So make sure you have a rag. So that's 17mm. Okay, there's no pressure. So we have to remove all the connections of the fuel line one by one. So this is a 14mm. I'm gonna put some rag there just in case. Okay. This one. Yeah, there's gas. There is gas. So all the fuel line are disconnected now. So now we can remove the bolt on the bracket so I can pull out this fuel rail. So after you remove all the fuel lines, now you have to take out this bolt on the bracket so you can pull out the fuel line. So this is a 11mm socket. So now you can take out the fuel line. That's it. So let's take out this Valvetronic gasket. So you have to remove the bracket here that's connected to the cover. So take out the bracket, then we can loosen all the screws on the valve cover so we can remove the valve cover. So that's a T25 to remove this bracket. Let's connect it to the cover. So after you take out the screw, I think we need to really take out this bracket here because it's on the way. So now we can start loosening up all the screws there for the valve cover, so we can take it out. I don't see any more connection here. I'm gonna start from the middle, then going outside. So that's E10 socket. So I managed to remove the 3 bolts here in the corner on the firewall here. The 3 bolts, well, the 3 screws or bolts that's holding the valve cover. I managed to use a combination of 1/4 inch flex E10 and a 1/4 inch extensions. So any combination of this, you can go in the back and undo the 3 bolts. So now the valve cover is loose. It's ready to remove. All the screws I've checked, they're all loose. Now it's time to pull out the valve cover. The valve cover. So now you can see that there is a wear on the eccentric shaft. That's why it's not functioning. So I think the servo motor is fried. That's why it's not moving. So that's why I cannot start the car, because it's always leaving it open. There's no compression. So that's it. So now we have to remove the servo motor and the eccentric shaft. We're gonna replace that, but there's still a lot to do, guys. Still have to remove all the injectors. We have to move this injector well, 3 of them, before you can pull out the eccentric shaft.